touch anything but the comfortable chair.
Why so serious, newspaper rating friend? What private investigator. I was trying to read this article about bank fraud, but you seem intent on stopping that from happening. And of course, we're on the same train.
Private investigator, huh? That sounds pretty exciting. Music can be exciting too, probably in a different way.
Definitely in a different way. Since you'll probably tell me anyways, what's taking you to the coast? Peace and love?
I'm gonna become a musical sensation, friend. This guitar is my ticket to the life. I'm off to the coast to play my way to the top of show business. It won't be long before you read the name Nellie Henry in your newspaper there, friend.
Any sense, Jennifer. You can't base the success of a restaurant on desserts alone. It is not a bakery. It is not a cafe. It's a restaurant. The main entrees are going to be the feature.
That's not what I said at all, Derek. All that I'm saying is our restaurant will survive until it is just another seafood place in Los Angeles. We need to have the extra piece of flair that'll draw customers in, and that's where we found in my desserts.
Spoken like a true pastry chef. Make yourself the center of attention. Well, I am the executive chef, and owns to me, I can take the restaurant any direction I want with the hardest to be in the chef team.
Exactly. Chef team. As in both of us. Not the Chef Derek show.
Excuse me, do you need official tickets? You need to keep going moving forward, please.
Sorry about that. My husband seems to think that he has to be the center of attention both in and out of the kitchen. Two from Los Angeles, please.
Jennifer, if you're ever going to leave this restaurant, you might want to realize that I deserve to be the center of attention in the kitchen.
What part of the word team seems to be confusing to you?
Next, two customers, please.
Get out. This place is just disgusting. Just look around. It's too hot. That train is way too slow. And is that sand going around the floor? This is not the place I should be expecting to set foot in.
Isabella, we've been over this. You have to take the train to Los Angeles as part of your next movie, Sunset on the Rails. West Coast Railways is providing the trains for the film, and they said they won't have their name appearing in the movie unless you are seen actually riding one of the passenger trains for publicity. It's in your contract.
Well, Lucy, you're supposed to look out for my interests, and this is not something a movie star would be interested in.
I'm your assistant, Isabella, not your agent. He's the one who signed you up for this.
Besides, I'm sure it won't be as bad as you're making it out to be.
Excuse me, miss, but those women were in line before you. Please step to this side.
Do you know who I am? I'm Isabella Madison, starting to repeat one more day. Who is currently the top grossing woman in Iceland, Greenland, and Norway. I have to step aside, and I certainly don't wait in line for people. People wait in lines for me.
That's ridiculous. Just because you're a movie star doesn't mean you can cut in front of people in line. It's fine. Take care of them. We will get to the counter in a minute. She can't just get her way because she's in some foreign film that no one's ever heard of. You deserve more respect than that. She deserves to wait behind you. You're the CEO of Salt Lake Pharmaceuticals.
Yes, Julian, and as CEO, I'm telling you not to worry about it.
That's fine. I don't care if those stupid parts that I left cost two people. I demand my own. And when I suffer, I'm just banished from this ordeal.
Dinner will be served tonight at 7 p.m. in the dining car, and breakfast will be served tomorrow at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Good on the street had better be prepared by competent chefs. The last thing I know on this venture is substandard cuisine. I guess I have my own table in the dining car. I absolutely will not have my food disrupted by whatever other nonsensical people on this ridiculous train trip.
My apologies for the inconvenience, ladies. Thank you for your patience. Where are you heading?
That's okay. It wasn't your fault. Two for Los Angeles, please.
Certainly. Would you like to check any of your bags?
No thank you. I don't want to have to worry about any checked baggage.
I still don't understand why we couldn't just fly them this one. We would have arrived tonight and still had plenty of time to get ready for your presentation. Or more accurately, your takeover. This will be the third company that Salt Lake Pharmaceuticals has acquired this year.
I've already told you, we can't take our pharmaceutical samples on a plane. I always worry that the change in air pressure will ruin them. This is a big acquisition for us, Julian, and we can't have anything go wrong.
Of course, Miss Flynn. You're right, as always.
All aboard West Coast 518, final boarding call. Departure in 5 minutes. All aboard West Coast 518.
I need one ticket on the 518, please.
The train to Los Angeles, sir?
It doesn't matter where it's going. All that matters is that Isabel Madison's on it. And that means I need to be on it too.
And just why do you need to be on the train with her?
Because I'm Cindy Bennett, paparazzi extraordinaire. And I heard she has graduated training for a new contract. I've been waiting at the station for 2 days for her to show up.
We're well aware.
My patience has paid off. I watched every episode of this train. No one else here is on assignment. Pictures and videos of Isabel Madison during her tantrums are going to be skyrocketing to the top.
All aboard West Coast 518 is now departing. All aboard West Coast 518.
The dining car could best be described as quaint. The four dining tables, each adorned with modest drapery, stood anxiously awaiting the arrival of their occupants, eager to fulfill their purpose. The three waited at the back, excitedly seeing activities.
Good evening, ma'am. The dining car is assigned seating. May I see your ticket, please?
Ellie was startled by the arrival of the steward. She had not realized she needed to bring her ticket with her to dinner and was frightfully unprepared for the conversational exchange.
Excuse me, but if you could just tell me your sleeping cabin number, I can check my list and tell you your seating assignment. We posted a time at the door, but you arrived beforehand.
I like to arrive first in group settings. It gives me the opportunity to make as many observations as possible for my short stories. I'm Ellie Williams, writer, sleeping cabin 14.
Ah, yes, Miss Williams. Turns out cabin 14 is actually seated at this table. May I bring you anything else to drink while you wait?
Ellie was pleased with the good fortune of selecting a table at which she was supposed to sit. As she desired no other beverage than the water already provided, the remaining waitstaff returned to the kitchen to continue with dinner preparations.
And it says right here that working in an emergency room can be just as taxing as working on the beach.
See, I told you. There's so much you can teach me.
While I imagine trying to rescue an injured sea creature on the beach can be a very stressful situation, I would prefer to leave work off the train. I'd like to enjoy my travel in peace. Cabin 6, table 2.
Oh my goodness! I'm a table two with you! I'm gonna have the best time on this trip.
At least one of us will.
I truly hope you were not planning on entertaining the diners with that instrument. Some of us actually came here to dine.
You never know when inspiration will strike, friend. Some people find that music while dining can be a very enjoyable experience.
That's true. I've been trying to convince my husband that adding tasteful live music to our restaurant could be a huge draw for patrons, but he's convinced it would detract from the atmosphere.
Is your husband on this train, friend? I would love to talk to him about the benefits of music and dining and the great services at this restaurant of yours.
He ran off as soon as we boarded to go who knows where, but I'm not going to wait for him. He can just meet me at the table. It was nice to meet you.
Nellie Henry, musical sensation. I'll keep my eyes open for your husband, friend, but I'll be convinced that music is the key to success.
The same train and now the same table? What does a guy have to do to get a break around here?
Come on, investigating friend. We're going to have a great time together on this journey. You need to give our friendship a chance.
And why is that?
You never know when you may need a friend. In fact, I know a song about that.
Please don't.
Perhaps my writer friend would enjoy next dinner too. I was just saying how much music can enhance the dining experience. Ellie winced at the prospect of the guitar-wielding woman at her dinner table regaling her in song. However, she decided to give in, as arguing would likely only delay the song's inevitable arrival. Come on, friends. Why so serious?
She's not your friend either. Do you even know what the word serious means? How do you expect to launch a music career while being this passive?
You misunderstand me, friends. I am very serious about my music. But where will I ever get around as uptight as you? Not even able to make a friend, or always have my face in a notepad. I want to enjoy the journey. While you may want to enjoy the journey, I want to record the journey. Writers need a great deal of material to create and work from, and recording day-to-day activities can help to provide some of that material.
You know, in some ways, being a private investigator is like that. Like in this bank fraud case I was just investigating. The scheme was complex. There were lots of moving players in the game. If I hadn't been paying attention to my surroundings, I never would have noticed the security guard walking the bonds out the front door.
Okay, serious friends, no different music. Perhaps I can channel some of the serious energy of this table to write a serious song. Are you ever a paper writer, friend?
She's not your friend either. None of us are friends.
Our first night in the meal garden. And look, we're at table 1.
And we're in cabin 1. Must be because we boarded the train first.
I'm going to sit here.
I'm sure your case of samples would have been just fine in your cabin, Miss Mellon. After all, the cabin door is locked, and the case has a lock on it, and you're the only one who has the key to the case.
I'm sure you're right, but I would just feel a lot better if I had it. This is a big acquisition for us. No samples, no presentation, no acquisition. I'll just slip it underneath the table where it won't bother anyone.
Of course, you're right, Miss Mellon, as always.
That's a nice camera right there. Are you a professional photographer? I'm sure you get some lovely shots of the scenery while we travel.
Of sorts. But the only thing I want to photograph is right here on the train bus.
I remember you from the train station. Why were you just sitting around if you had a train to catch?
Can you please keep it down here? I'm trying to photograph Isabel Madison from the movie star. I need to sit down before she gets here and sees me.
A paparazzi, huh? Those sorts of people cause all types of trouble for good athletes. They should just leave people in peace.
It seems to me that if people don't want the attention of the media, then they should choose careers that are less high profile.
Another shot at athletes. Just because no one's interested in what you do, doesn't make what we do any less important.
I believe I said people in general. You're the proud of athletes. You're completely insufferable.
Didn't I see you two arguing earlier? What's going on?
We're just having a bit of disagreement about academics. I believe that the pursuit of knowledge is the most noble endeavor. The coach here does not.
You know, I never actually said studying wasn't important.
Yes, you did after the ticket counter.
Nope. I said I was a sports recruiter. Then you started writing about how dumb sports are. I never knew how a word in edgewise. I went to college on a sports scholarship, to study. I wouldn't have made it to college without that scholarship.
And what's your degree? A bachelor's of being loud and obnoxious?
Yeah, being physically and mentally fit is important for people. It's important for marine life too. I read here that some animals are smart enough to create tools for themselves and actually play games with each other. Isn't that neat?
I have to agree with Abby here. As doctors, we frequently tell patients that both physical and mental acuity are very important. As an ER doctor, I see patients all the time who could have either prevented injury by using their minds or by being in better shape.
See, the good doctor here says people need to use their minds when engaging in physical activity.
Yeah, I'm sure looking up at the stars will really help in avoiding injury.
And there you go again.
Derek, what are you doing in the kitchen?
I'm a chef, outside. I was doing market research for our company.
In the kitchen of a train?
You get to be more open-minded, Jennifer. You never know what you can learn from these situations.
This was the man who shot down every single one of my ideas.
See what I think about marriage? This is what I get to deal with.
Don't you listen to her. We're just a bit on edge because of this new restaurant we're opening.
You own a restaurant? That sounds exciting.
Well, we don't own the restaurant. Not yet, anyways. The owners were both real estate investment types. He bought the restaurant thinking it would be a sort of easy side business to run for himself, but he learned pretty quickly that running a restaurant is actually really hard work. So he started looking for some people with decent experience.
The owners have us totally designed it. Right down to the paint on walls and the napkin covers. We're hoping that if this part goes well, you might be able to buy the restaurant down the road.
Is it hard going into business with your spouse? I mean, me and Rachel love spending time together, but we go to two separate jobs during the day.
It definitely has been a challenge, and we have been arguing a lot lately.
You're right. Let's try to enjoy the restaurant. One night without talking about the restaurant. See you tomorrow.
Sounds good to me. So, what activities you planning on seeing on your honeymoon?
Isabella, there you are. Did you have to change your outfit again? The one you wore before was just fine for you.
A movie star belongs to the public to see. These people might have raised me today. They expected me to change my outfit. We need to get seated so dinner can be served.
It's already possible. I took charge. We're at table 3.
Lucy, who are these people sitting at my table?
I don't know, Isabella. Maybe the other people assigned to this table.
What's the matter?
You might recall that when we purchased our tickets on this ill-conceived journey, I demanded my own table. I asked for the people not be forced to interact with these commoners.
I can assure you, Miss Madison, this tantrum is really not necessary. I can assure you that Julie and myself will be perfectly amicable dinner companions. Really? This is the second time today you've treated us like this. We don't deserve it. No one here deserves to be talked down to and told they're commoners either.
Please, Miss Madison, just take a seat. As you can see, all our tables are very full. We want to accommodate your every request, but we cannot leave more tables here. Please just take a seat. Everyone's quite hungry.
Isabella, just sit down. You don't even have to talk to them. Just take a seat. Well, you had all better be prepared to give me everything I request for the remainder of this journey, or none of you will be employed after this trip. I'm Isabella Madison, and I will be treated as such.
I don't think we were formally introduced. I'm Miss Poole, Isabella's assistant. We are pleased to meet you.
A pleasure. I'm Hector Miller, CEO of College Pharmaceuticals. And this is my assistant, Julian Hill.
I've heard of that company.
It's an honor to be the CEO.
Miss Millen is the youngest CEO in company history, and has grown the corporation more during her time than the last 3 CEOs combined.
Thank you, Julian. She makes it sound much more impressive than it truly is, though. It's hard growing a small company. Our company's growth is only because of the people before me.
Still, those are some pretty impressive accomplishments.
Did you study business?
Actually, she studied chemistry. Most of our top pharmaceuticals are based on Miss Millen's own chemical designs.
That's really interesting. I study business myself and would not know the first thing about pharmaceuticals. So I can see what the board of directors was thinking. It seems like that choice is paying off for them.
You studied business management to get bossed around by a demanding movie diva?
Julian!
It's okay. I get that a lot. Actually, Isabel and I went to high school together. Then we went to the same college. When she started getting roles in commercials and guest TV appearances, she asked me to be her assistant because she doesn't know the first thing about business. And to be honest, I really needed a job. She didn't start something like this until that last movie of Bruce Willis a call. Working with Isabella is great for now, but one day I'd like to get into a different line of business.
I'm a doctor. Is everyone okay? Does anybody need any medical attention?
What is the meaning of this? My dinner is ruined and my clothing soiled.
Miss Madison, we greatly apologize for the inconvenience. There must be a good reason why the train has stopped. We'll figure it out right away.
I'm an investigator. Maybe I can help.
The passengers move throughout the train frantically, each trying to make sense of the 7 events.
I can't see anything. Someone should go out there and check it out.
Oh, that would be your solution, wouldn't it? Just jump out of the car and use brute force and run headlong into a potentially dangerous situation.
And if it were up to you, we'd sit here forever waiting for information. Take some action.
We've been through only moments. Some patients would benefit you.
Hey. Listen, we went to the front of the train and the conductor says there's better rock slide on the tracks. They already have people working on it and we should be on our way in no time.
Everyone, we greatly apologize for the inconvenience. If you would like to return to your rooms and freshen up, we will get this all cleaned up and then serve the meal again.
Come on, Isabella. Let's go change your outfits.
Oh, it's not that bad. You brought plenty of clothes.
Isabella?
Mrs. Madison? Can you hear me? Oh, you passed me that picture of Robert. You, hand me those napkins. You are you taking pictures? Stop that. You give me your coat to use as a blanket. Call 911. Okay, Lauren, I have supplies. How can I help? Abby, there's nothing you can do. I can do. I have lots of skills. I can. Abby, listen to me. There's nothing you can do. And there's nothing I can do. She's dead.
I can't believe Isabella's dead. It's just awful.
I know. She was so young. She wasn't sick or anything.
Wow, nothing like someone dying during the feel-good atmosphere of a dinner, friends.
Lucy, I'm so sorry about Isabella. I know that you said that the two of you were close for a very long time.
It's like it's not even real. I just don't understand how that happened. I mean, I was with her all day and she was totally fine. Even at dinner she seemed fine. And then all of a sudden she dies? I just don't understand.
Did she hit her head when the train stopped suddenly? Or choke on what she was eating?
I doubt it. If something like that had happened, she would have made a scene about it, and all of us would have known.
What is the matter with you all? A young woman
asked me to take on the investigation in the meantime. Lauren, you're the doctor here. Can you tell me anything about how she died?
Well, Abby and I were just discussing that. After the train stopped, I checked on everyone and there were no injuries of any type. And when I tried CPR, her airways were clear, which would disprove the idea that she might have choked on something.
Can you determine the cause of death?
Unfortunately, there's no way of determining the cause of death. Her heart just stopped.
Lucy, was Isabella taking any kind of medication? Did she have any history of heart disease?
No, she was totally healthy. Her last doctor visit was a while ago, but her checkup was fine. If she had any health issues, I would have known about it. We didn't pick up any medicine for this trip. She didn't like taking any kind of drugs at all.
Should we be worried?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Most of us ate the same food. If it had something to do with dinner, neither one of us would have been affected. And besides, other than some kinds of fish, I can't think of anything that would just make your heart stop like that. I mean, you can't get food poisoning, and that can get really serious, but it isn't instantaneous.
So let me get this straight. Isabella had no history of illness or heart disease. She didn't get hurt when the train stopped suddenly, and she didn't eat anything that may have gotten her sick. Her heart just stopped.
Hold on. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
It seems so unlikely.
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm saying that I don't think Isabella's death was an accident. I'm saying that I think Isabella Madison was murdered.
Ellie could hardly contain her shock and surprise. Murder on the 518? Improbable, but not impossible. Passengers began to speculate as they processed this sudden revelation.
You really think someone here could have killed her? We were all here, together when it happened. Wouldn't we have seen something?
Rachel and I definitely did not play the murderess. Romantic trips do not include bodies in the dining.
Not everyone was all here at the time our police girlfriend died. Nellie is right. According to my notes, Jennifer and Derek ran out as soon as the train stopped, and Owen followed the waiter out. How can we know what they were doing while they were gone?
Ellie is right. I had left to go check on what happened in front of the train. But think about it. If I was gone, why would I have been close enough to Isabella to hurt her? And what would my motive have been to do that anyway? Any investigator worth his salt will tell you that a good crime needs two things: opportunity and motive. I didn't have either one. The people in the dining room the entire time had much more of an opportunity.
Jen and I went to the kitchen to make sure the sun stopped and cause a fire or injure anyone. We are chefs, you know.
And what motive would we have had? She didn't do anything to us.
Well, you did seem too happy earlier with the scene she made when she led you a compliment.
Well, neither did you. Seems like that would be motive for somebody like a professor to get pretty upset, don't you think?
Oh, please, someone like myself commit murder over something as frivolous as a minor insult? That's highly unlikely, don't you think? Especially since there are far more common people present.
Again with the insults. Somehow being athletic makes you a murderer. You heard the doc. She wasn't injured. Seems like something a smart person would know.
Well, Lauren's not lying. I was right here with her the whole time. Isabella was hurt.
Don't you study fish? How would you know if anything was wrong? Besides, the doctor went from person to person after the train stopped. She had the most opportunity.
I don't appreciate your information. I'm a healer. A crisis occurred, and I jumped in to help. While I don't have any desire to participate in this absurd debate, I hate to point out that both you and your partner represent a pharmaceutical company, which would give you both access to potentially life-threatening materials. And, not to mention, Isabella was rude to you both the entire night. Wouldn't that make you both prime suspects of foul play? Absolutely not. Pharmacists take it up too, you know. I promise not to do any harm to my company's products. I would never intentionally hurt somebody.
What about Ellie? A good murder could be just the inspiration she needs for her greatest story. She herself said that real life makes the best story material.
I am much too busy recording events to be a part of them. And from what I've heard now, she got Lucy
You never left her side. You had the most opportunity and motive.
Okay, so Lucy had opportunity and motive, but she's not the only one. Lucy is not the only person whose career depends on Isabella, and in fact, Lucy's career would be over if Isabella died. But Sydney's would skyrocket. Think of all the money he would make having exclusive photos of Isabella's death.
People. I did not kill this woman.
You must admit, Sydney, Owen makes a compelling argument for your involvement in this crime. Can you definitively prove you were not involved?
Okay, I know I got a little bit excited at the mention of murder, but that doesn't mean I wanted her dead. Wouldn't any of you be a little bit excited about something that would improve your careers? Most of you are going to Los Angeles for work, right?
I'm afraid I'm not convinced. I'm gonna have to confiscate your camera.
A camera? No way.
Well, you say you didn't do this, and I want to believe you. Innocent until proven guilty, right? So you've been taking pictures the whole night. Maybe you've taken a picture that can help us prove who actually killed Isabella.
Okay, but I know what the camera is.
Actually, can I join you both while you look? If we all came into contact with the cause of death, I'd like to know as soon as possible.
I'll come too. You know, this is a lot like trying to help a sick animal. The animal can't tell you why it's sick. You have to sleuth for the answer.
Sure it is.
You really think Sydney could have taken a picture with the murderer in it when all of us here didn't see anything?
None of us were looking for a murderer when it actually happened. Now we have the opportunity to go back through the night knowing what we're looking for. Sydney's obsession with taking pictures of Isabella might end up helping her after all.
Hey, don't you think we should do something about this body? I don't think we should leave it here until we get to Los Angeles tomorrow.
Fair point. If this was a murder, I'd hate to disturb the crime scene, but we very well can't leave it here.
Can we all just stop calling Isabella it?
Maybe we should go back to your room and lie down and see. Hold on there, business lady friend. That might not be such a good idea. If there is a dangerous person among us, is it really smart for us all to separate from each other?
I have to agree with Nellie, especially since we do not yet know who the dangerous person is.
This is all just ridiculous. All I want to do is get to Los Angeles and have my honeymoon. I have a hard time believing anyone here could have killed anyone else. Lucy, how about you come stay with us?
Are you sure? I mean, I don't really want to interrupt your honeymoon, but I don't want to stay alone.
We would love to have you join us, Lucy. Rachel's right. Don't even know that a murder happened. Everyone needs to stop jumping to conclusions. Someone died, and that's all. Do we have to make it more awful?
All right, listen here, you pansies. We need a plan. First, Isabella's body. Anyone got any ideas?
Actually, I do. When Jen and I were in the kitchen, we commented that this train is really large refrigerator. I think they must be designed for longer trips than just overnight. I bet we could use it for this. As long as everyone's okay with dry cereal for breakfast tomorrow.
Okay, Derek and Jennifer, you go to the kitchen and clear that out. Next, did anyone have any luck radioing to the police? I'll take that as a no. Ellie, go to the front of the train and see if you can radio for help.
Ellie, welcome to action. You're getting more information for the benefit of the situation. Come on, Red friend. Maybe you should privately walk.
All right, the rest of us, we'll just stay here and wait for them to get back. Except for you people. You can look at pictures, knock yourselves out.
Shouldn't you be giving the directions? Aren't you the private investigator?
Private investigators usually work behind the scenes. Once my brain starts working on a case, I tend to forget about the things going on around me. Let's keep looking at these pictures, though. Sydney's certainly captured the whole night on this camera.
Well, it appears someone likes to hear himself talk.
Oh, shut it. I didn't see you stepping up to take any action. Seems like something a smart person would do.
Being able to bark out words does not automatically qualify you as intelligent. But you did get moving in the right direction.
Speaking of moving in the right direction, looks like we're moving again.
Good news! Derek and I helped the kitchen staff clear up the space for the body in the cooler. They're actually putting most of our replacement in it right now.
Here's the story, friends. Our train conductor friends have been in radio contact with the authorities. You're basically in the middle of nowhere right
Miss Millen, what if you miss your meeting? That's the whole point of us being here.
I'm sure the company will understand, given the circumstances.
This whole thing is just insane. I'm gonna try and call the company and see if I can get the schedule figured out. Maybe I can get some cell reception now that we're moving again.
Hey, guys, help us move Isabella's body to the cooler. Lauren, come see if you think this will work for the rest of the trip.
I'll come too.
Of course you will. Are you seriously still taking pictures? What's the matter with you? She's dead.
You bet I'm still taking pictures. Do you have any idea how much money I'm going to make off of these? If Bill Madison might be dead, she's still going to skyrocket me to the top.
Seriously, that's very inappropriate. And declaring that you're going to profit off of her murder doesn't exactly make you sound innocent. Besides, the police are going to confiscate that camera when we get to Los Angeles. It's evidence.
It's private property. They'll have to give it back eventually. And when they do, I'll still be the one with these photos.
Excuse me, everyone, but the kitchen staff is ready to serve the meal. If you all please vacate the dining area for a few minutes, we will clean up the mess and have dinner ready momentarily.
I'm sorry, but we better leave the dining room as is. Could we serve the meal somewhere else?
The lounge car is available, though there might not be enough seating. But if some people are keep standing, it should be a fine dining space.
Ellie was surprised at the physical strength required of her body, even with the assistance of Benny. She required immediate assistance.
What I think Ellie means to say is, that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Jen, pass me the water.
Everything looks like it'll be okay in the kitchen. It's a good thing this is a short trip because this is not a long-term storage solution.
Everyone, please, we understand you all must be very hungry, so if you would like to return to your rooms, we will serve the dinner elsewhere.
I think I'll just eat my room. I've had an exciting night.
Rachel, how about we go eat with Lucy?
A quiet dinner in our room sounds most appealing. Can we just make our plates and take them elsewhere?
Sounds good to me. What does our investigator think?
Oh, I suppose people could eat in their rooms. It's not like they're gonna go anywhere.
Of course, anyone wishing to dine in their quarters can collect their plates and take them up to their rooms.
Oh, sir, we will be having dinner elsewhere. Sir, did you hear us? Sir.
Cindy, can you hear me? Abby, it's no use. His heart stopped. He's dead. She sat there quietly clinging to the small golden trinket in her hand. Ellie wondered at the significance of the small golden piece.
Isabella gave it to me. I didn't even realize it was for me.
The young woman was clearly deeply affected by the sudden death of her close friend and employer.
Isabella wasn't just a close friend. She was my best friend. I don't know if I'm angry or sad or frightened or what I'm feeling.
Responded.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I really don't understand.
You did it. I didn't see you come in. What do you mean?
How can you say Isabella was your best friend? She didn't seem to care about you, or anyone for that matter.
It's hard to explain. I think success sometimes changes people. Isabella never cared about being famous. She just wanted to act. She was always the happiest when she was playing her parts.
Are you saying she was pretending to be mean?
Isabella's agent was always telling her that no one pays attention to nice movie stars, and that if she wanted to get noticed, she would need to make a scene wherever she went. And I know it always looked like she was so mean to me, but that wasn't really her. She was just playing another part, I guess.
But didn't it bother you that she always made herself the center of attention? Don't you feel you deserve some of the credit?
I never wanted that. I like being behind the scenes. That's why we work so well together. Why we spent all of our time together for so long. See this necklace? Isabella bought us matching ones before this trip. She said it's because we did all of this together.
I really have no idea.
Most people don't. Isabella built her whole career on being the stereotypical crazy movie star. I always thought she could have made it to be herself. And maybe if she wasn't so awful to everyone, she'd still be around. Anyway, you seem to spend a lot of time with Avery. You must see multiple sides of her personality.
A little, I guess. She's pretty much the same person all the time. I like things to be straightforward, you know? Hey, it's been a long day. We should get something to eat. I think they're still serving dinner in the lounge car.
Thanks for listening. Most everyone keeps interrogating me because they think I killed my best friend with the photographer who was chasing me. You're right. I think I'll just sleep. Good night.
Rachel, what's the matter?
Honey, what's wrong? Why did you run out the lunch crying?
This isn't how our wedding was supposed to go. It was supposed to be perfect.
I know, I wanted it to be perfect too.
Now when we get to Los Angeles, we're going to be stuck in a police station being accused of murder. We didn't do anything wrong.
I know, all I wanted is to be with you too, but we have to let the police do their jobs.
Circumstances got you down hungry, friends?
Yes, this honeymoon is turning out to be a disaster.
Come on now, it's not all that bad.
Are you serious? 2 people been murdered, and you're going to say it's not all that bad?
Well, it was either of you who got murdered, right? And so what if you have to put off your travel plans and go when you arrive? Maybe we spend a romantic time together soon enough. Just think of the story you'll have to tell your friends about when you get back home.
Nellie's got the right idea, guys. This will be over before you know it. For us, at least, who didn't know either of the victims.
I suppose you're right. I think we're losing sight of why we're on this trip in the first place.
Thanks, son. This whole thing's making me look crazy, I guess.
How's the day to keep so calm and positive? Aren't your plans for Los Angeles going to be real too? Didn't you say about a meeting about music?
Well, actually, friends, truth be told, I don't actually have a meeting. I sent out lots of copies of my songs, but never heard back from any of the record labels where I sent them. I decided to go to Los Angeles anyways, to try to make it on my own. And if I stop being so positive, how will I have the courage to make it?
I don't think you just jump right in something like that, because your son will give you a chance.
Yeah, you're so determined. I bet your music is great. Want to share something good with us?
I would love to, friends. I actually started writing some new songs during this medical journey of ours. I think I left my notes over my table all the confusion. Come take a look. Hello. There you are, Julian. Have you guys seen Owen? I really need to talk to him. Sorry, business friend. We haven't seen him in a while. Anything we can do for you? No, I'm okay. I just lost something. I'll look around here and see if I can find it. What are you all up to here?
Nellie left me some of her music for us.
You're sitting around at a table playing music where someone just died? Aren't you at all bothered by what's going on?
You seem pretty upset, Miss Mellon. Can I help? What's missing?
No, thank you, Julian. If you see Owen, send him my way.
Of course, Miss Mellon.
Would you stop? You can't just come barreling through here and shut the... Well, never mind. Clearly nobody seems to care that 2 people just died in this location and that it shouldn't be disturbed until it's reviewed by the proper authorities.
I wasn't barreling anywhere. I just came here to get my wallet. I don't think that'll disturb the evidence, do you?
people eager to remove things from crime scenes seem somewhat suspicious. I just forgot my reading glasses.
So it's perfectly fine for you to come get your reading glasses. But it's not okay for me to come get my wallet? Seems a little suspicious to me.
Because I will barrel through here and destroy everything in sight.
I don't barrel anywhere.
Will you two stop it? You have been at each other's throats all night. We have much bigger problems than it is whatever you two are fighting about.
Really? You two should take a page out of Nella's booking. That's positive.
That's not exactly what I meant. So true, friend. If we could all just focus on the problem.
Come on, guys. Let's all be calm and positive elsewhere.
For the last time, get out of my kitchen. Not murder.
We had nothing to do with these thefts.
I'm not accusing you of murder. I'm just concerned about the safety of the passengers. We have to get to the bottom of this.
And is it very safe for the passengers to leave their bodies in my cooler?
We emptied the cooler before we put the bodies in it. There is no danger to the passengers there.
Oh, hey, Dylan. What's up? Did you come to help us sleuth for clues?
No, actually, I lost my cell phone. I came to see if I dropped it in the commotion with Sydney. Did you put his body in the cooler too?
Unfortunately, they did. It is completely unacceptable.
Listen for the last time.
Hey, you got it out.
Look, here, two more people in my kitchen.
You're not here to invade your kitchen. Actually, we just came here to tell you how much we enjoyed the meal we just ate.
What are all you doing in here?
We were sleeping for clues in the kitchen.
Sort of. I'm convinced that these deaths have to do with something the victims ate.
We already told you there are virtually no foods that could cause this to happen. You searched the kitchen. Did you find any dangerous food?
We all ate the same food. Take it from the people who work in the kitchen. When you serve something like this, and then all the food's the same, and everyone has the same dishes, you have no idea which plate is going to end up at which table.
And do you really think the kitchen staff decided to put dangerous food on just 2 plates? Anyway, they did. Hey, look, I'm not saying that you did, but really, what are the chances that those 2 plates benefit from the attended people? It seems way too coincidental for me.
Okay, but what about the wait staff? They were here to get hired lunch for the meal and had plenty of time to see where each person was sitting.
Jen and I have been in and out of the kitchen a dozen times by now. The plates get handed right to the waitstaff, and then they walk out the door. Will they have the opportunity to sabotage the food?
Weren't Isabella and Sydney sitting at 2 different tables? Did 2 separate waiters decide to commit murder?
Okay, I get it. The food theory doesn't add up.
If you're satisfied, we'll be returning to the kitchen without all of you.
Something is missing. What's missing?
Owen, I really need to speak with you.
I know what's missing.
What are you talking about?
Owen said something's missing. I know what it is.
You do?
No need to sound so surprised.
I didn't mean it that way.
Hey, enough! Mike, what are we missing?
Seems to me that you all are getting too hung up on finding out the how and not the what. People died. We've got that. It happened in the dining car. We've got that too. So now we spend all night chasing around a food theory that hasn't got us anywhere. You can only try to go for a layup so many times before you have to go back and go for a 3. So back up, reassess, and find a different solution to the problem.
Ellie! You think it was Ellie who killed them?
No, she can tell us what's missing.
I don't follow.
You know how Ella's always writing down everything she sees? She was at dinner the whole night, taking notes. She's sitting here writing things down right now. I bet she can help us remember what everyone was doing that night.
Abby, that's a great idea.
Hey, I bet if the city's photos together with Ellie's notebook, you can paint a picture of practically everything around the room all night. Where is Sue's hair anyway?
I remember seeing it on table 4 when we moved the body. The camera isn't here.
What? Where did it go?
So many people have been in and out of this room all night that anybody could have taken it and none of us would have been wiser.
I bet Ellie can help us remember that too. What do you say, Ellie?
Ellie was displeased at how her writing was disturbed. However, she recognized the importance her notes could have in solving the mysterious murders that occurred, especially in light of the disappearance of the photographer's camera, which created a large gap in the quest for visual evidence.
I believe that was a yes.
Jen, let's go find that camera.
No! All of us are staying right here until we figure out what happened.
But
I know not everyone is here, but all of us who are here have been trying like crazy to solve this crime. So either all of us are the best actors in the world, or we're the people who genuinely have nothing to hide. Either way, let's go back through the night using Ellie's notes and maybe focus on the people who weren't trying to solve the crime.
Owen, I need to speak with you privately. Now.
Well, what's up, Avery? You don't look so good.
Avery, I don't mean to intrude, but if you're feeling sick at all, we really... I'm okay. Actually, good thing that you're here. So you both know that I work for a pharmaceutical company, and I'm heading to a presentation with medications, right?
Right.
Well, when there was that walk slide on the tracks, when the train stopped, I opened my case to make sure that everything was okay, and everything was fine. But when I checked on it later in my room, one of the vials was missing.
What?
Avery, that isn't good. What does it contain? That's the worrisome part. It's a medication to help patients to regulate heart function. It hasn't been widely tested yet.
So what you're saying is we're missing a vial of untested heart medication on a train where 2 people have been found dead due to heart failure?
Oh my goodness!
What is it?
Avery's missing medicine that causes heart failure.
What? Why were you planning on sharing that information with the rest of us?
Sustainability is so exciting.
Oh wait, let's focus on the other people theory. It's crazy. This woman clearly had the means to commit these murders. And she had the opportunity. We should have kept the focus on her the whole time. She was sitting right at the same table as Isabella, who was rude to her.
Do you really think she would have brought this to our attention if she was the one who committed the crime?
Maybe that's her plan, to make us think she's innocent.
But Derek, from what I'm reading here, Avery was nowhere near Sydney at any point in time. And it's highly unlikely that there are 2 separate murders on the street, don't you?
Derek, come back.
Let's just leave them alone for a little. Avery, tell us more about this medication. I think it's safe to assume this is the best lead we have for a cause of death.
Well, like I said before, its primary function is to help regulate heart function for people who are at risk for heart failure. Its main use is for heart function. If it had no food, too little would be ineffective for someone who is sick, but too much could be very dangerous.
So, what would happen if someone without heart failure took the medication?
Well, I would assume the same would hold true. Too much would go unnoticed, but too little would go unnoticed, but too much could cause some serious heart problems.
What characteristics does the medication itself have? Would somebody realize that they were taking it, or could it be hidden easily?
That's where our company has been focusing our research. All medications I'm taking to my presentation are in liquid form with little to no coloring or taste. We're developing a new line for patients who have difficulties eating regular medications.
That sounds like a great idea. I thought it would be useful for animals too.
Focus!
Okay, so if you claim it wasn't you, then who else had access to your case?
Well, I'm the only one with the key, and the only time that it was open was right after the rock slide, and just now in my room.
Sorry about before, everyone. I'm just a bit rich. I thought we'd already some water. Anyone?
Sure, thanks guys.
Ellen was parched from excitement and welcomed some refreshment.
Sounds good to me.
The water glasses! That has to be what's happened.
If the medicine is a liquid, it can be easily hidden in the beverages.
No one would even know they were drinking it.
Ellie took amazing notes, and right before both deaths occurred, many of us were sipping water.
What about the city dive? I don't remember drinking anything bad.
Well, it's not as clear, but remember, those who Isabella's body came back and had water.
Well, good catch. So now we just need to figure out who had access to the medicine and who got close enough to both tables to put in their water.
We still need to find Sydney's camera too.
I'm certain the digital hub will continue to be a valuable resource.
We might not need the notebook.
I think Avery's right.
Attention passengers, we'll be arriving in Los Angeles in approximately 10 minutes. Please be prepared to leave all belongings in your sleeping cabins until the authorities have had the opportunity to survey the scene and speak with everyone individually. Thank you.
So, do you both have an idea of what happened?
Tell us.
All right, folks. We have 10 minutes before we reach Los Angeles. We need to work together and go back through the night. If we do that, maybe we can catch the murderer by surprise when we get there. All in?
Go team!
Just arrived, West Coast 518 from Salt Lake City has just arrived on lap report. Just arrived, West Coast 518.
All right, all passengers go to your assigned seats and stay seated in your seats, please. We're conducting an investigation.
All right, folks, come sit down and we can start taking your statements. Please leave all belongings in your sleeping cabins. Sit at your assigned tables and stay together. Ma'am, your book, you with the guitar, your bag. Please, folks, all belongings stay in your sleeping cabins.
While wanting to follow the officer's wishes, Ellie was dismayed at the prospect of being separated from her writing supplies during what was promised to be a very exciting series of events. She also failed to comprehend how a guitar and marine studies book could pertain to this particular investigation.
What? She doesn't like to be separated from her notepad. I can put my book back on the train though. Nellie, I can take your guitar. Avery, if you want, I can take your case too.
That won't be necessary. I'll be handing my case straight to the police.
Don't you think you should keep them with you?
Nonsense. You heard the officers. Everything on the train is evidence. Here is my case samples, along with the key to the case.
Hello, officers. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Owen Casey, private investigator. I wanted to give this evidence straight to you. In this bag, you will find the notebook of our resident writer, Ellie Williams, which I think you will find very useful when reconstructing the activities of the night. Also in the bag is the camera that belonged to Sidney Bennett, the deceased paparazzo who wouldn't stop taking pictures until he died.
You found a camera?
That's awesome. Where was it? This camera was missing.
Wow, that's a stroke of luck for us. The poor guy might actually be able to help solve his own murder. You say this camera was missing? Where'd you find it?
Actually, his camera was never missing. The camera I brought along to record my upcoming lecture looked very much like Sydney's. My camera is still missing. His was under his table the whole time.
I took the opportunity to go through the photos, and Sidney took one clear as day of Isabella's murderer poisoning her water glass.
Oh my gosh, he did? Wait, poison? But who?
Why didn't you say anything?
Do you think he was still trying to make more money?
I knew it wasn't food.
A photograph of the poisoning?
Let me guess. This case contains the poison?
After Isabella died, it didn't take us long to figure out that her death was no accident. At first we thought she hit her head when the train stopped suddenly, but our doctor here confirmed that that wasn't the case.
That is true. When I checked on everyone right after the train had stopped, no one was injured.
Who did it? Who poisoned Isabella?
At first we all thought Sidney did. He had the most to gain by selling pictures of Isabella's death. Of course, he denied it, and he actually said we could look through his camera to see if we could find any helpful pictures.
And he's the other person who's deceased. That's when we realized we were wrong about Cindy being the murderer. After he died, we really had to look at other potential suspects.
Avery, were you with the people who were trying to figure out who killed Isabella and Sidney? Derek, Jennifer, Gordon, and Abby all went with them to look for clues. How did you end up being the one to figure out?
I realized I was carrying around the whole case full of potential danger. After the rock slide on the tracks, I opened my case to check on everything, and everything was fine. But in my room, when I checked on the case again, one of the bottles was missing. You're missing dangerous medicine? We have to find it. The rest of you could be in danger.
Your poison killed not Isabella. It was you. It must have been you. No one else had access to your case. Plus, you were sitting with Isabella all night. And you just admitted in front of everybody that you opened the case after she died. I can't believe you would do this after comforting me.
Lucy, listen. I thought the same thing at first as well. But when we looked back throughout his notebook, we realized Avery was nowhere near City at any point in time. She didn't kill him, and she couldn't have killed Isabella.
But there was one other person at the table with you and Isabella. One other person who had access to the case of pharmaceuticals, and the only person who was near both Sidney and Isabella right before they died.
bring Isabella down a notch. She was so worried with looking her best, being better than everyone else, that I thought pictures of her being sick all over the train right before her big movie premiere would be just the way to ruin her perfect Hollywood image.
So you poisoned her to make her sick?
When Avery opened the case after the train stopped, I slipped out the vial closest to me. During the commotion, I poured some of it into a water glass. That way, she would get sick, and Sydney would sell all of her embarrassing pictures. But I never meant for her to die. I had no idea that what I put in her water would kill her.
I can't believe this. How many times have I told you we work with dangerous items?
Why kill Sydney, though? He was going to sell the embarrassing pictures just like you had planned.
When Sydney started talking about how he was going to sell all of his pictures and make all this money from it, I realized it didn't matter what happened to Isabella. She was still going to be famous, and Sydney was going to get rich off of her fame.
So you killed him?
When Owen and Sydney started to go through his pictures to look for a picture of the murderer, I knew I had to get his camera. I was sure he had a picture of me poisoning Isabella's water. When I saw my opportunity, I took the camera and I hid it in my coat pocket, and then I hid it in my cabin. But now I find out that I stole somebody else's camera. I didn't see anyone else with a camera.
That's because no one else had one.
I wondered why you kept calling this empty water glass a camera. I'm glad I just went along with it.
Avery and I quickly figured out that Jillian must be the murderer. Polly went back through Ellie's notes, and we realized she had to have the camera. However, we also knew that she wouldn't give up evidence, so we had to trick her into it.
I decided that if we pretended we had the camera, it might make Jillian nervous enough to confess. And I was right.
So I did have the real camera all along, and you didn't actually have a picture of me poisoning anyone.
Well, it doesn't matter if we have a picture or not since you just confessed in front of everybody.
You're under arrest. Let's go.
All right, folks, we'll stop that calling we to come to the station for official statements, but now that we have a murder and a confession, we should be on our way soon enough. If you'll all follow me, we have cars waiting to take you downtown.
Nice work, everyone. Abby, brilliant idea with the camera club.
Abby, I know at the beginning of this trip I didn't want to work with you, but obviously this trip had other plans. You were a great asset in all the chaos, and you're going to make a superb vet tech.
Oh, thank you. That means so much. I learned a ton about keeping my cool under pressure for me. You know, during an animal emergency.
I do hate to admit it, but you had some pretty effective insight in this investigation. Perhaps I underestimated you.
I don't think you would have been a part cover up, Professor.
I never did hear what your college degree is in, right?
Criminal justice.
This was all very surprising.
Also, what a way to start our money.
Jennifer, you and Derek so well saw this crazy case together.
You know, I suppose we did. You might want to have a lot harder than archiving.
You're right. We should find a way to stay on track, listening to each other, and working together on a restaurant instead of against each other.
If I may, cooking friends, I happen to know a fabulous musician who just so happens to be looking for work and is very good at keeping people calm and relaxed. Come on, Billy. Let's talk church in the car.
Hey, Lucy,
Hi,
you coming?
yes. This is all just so crazy. I'm sorry I thought you were the murderer.
It's okay. To be honest, I blame myself. I should have been more careful with who I trusted to be my assistant and handle the samples.
You couldn't have known what Jillian would do. Nobody would have guessed. I know I didn't.
Well, this might not be the best time, but I find myself needing a new assistant. Someone who's hardworking, has good organizational skills. Someone who might be need a job.
Me? You want me to be your assistant?
I know you're going to be busy in the near future handling Isabella's affairs, but once everything settles down, give me a call. Salt Lake City is a great place to live.
I will. Ellie, come on.
Ellie realized she was the last one on the train. Before joining the others, she reflected on the bizarre series of events that befell her and her fellow passengers on West Coast 518. After this trip, it was unlikely any of them would remain the same. Friendships torn apart, new relationships forged, old relationships made stronger, and new opportunities presented. What an amazing story this would make!
said it should go by 4s in terms of the DMX channel. So like we can look at the 2 previous ones and see what the channels are, and then maybe the one after, and that will tell us what this one needs to be programmed as.
Okay, let me get into.
Yes, you were out and have to unscrew that so you can see the back and punch in the. We got it. Once we get. I would imagine. Oh, we can do it. You see it there? Okay. There's one here, but there's one up front. Now scroll to 83. Good. Yeah. You got 42 water. Keep it on the line. Down a little bit, Brandon. Ask Lane for sure where to put it, guys. So, let's go down the wall, what you did, just leave them. Oh, unstack them or leave them stacked? Well, you can unstack. Okay, we'll do that after you prove it. Okay. Just set about 50 there. 50 on that. Okay. I'm going to need all yours here in 2 weeks. Yeah. We got a program up there on the 15th.
Gosh,
You'll be all right, Bob. Give me a heads up when you need them, Brandon, and I'll get a group of kids and hold them up for you. All right?
Well, they don't know if I have this one on. Why do? I don't get to go to track today, so you know.
Well, that's all right. You're making up for it.
Okay.
know you're